Little intro? I don't know. What do you want to do? What's your intro?
What are we?
What are we? We are the dog's voice.
The dog's voice. That's
What's Sack? That's horrible.
S-A-C, we are Sack.
We are the dog's voice. Forget what she's saying. Don't listen to her.
Are we recording?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
Hey, we need a little intro. Like a little a jingle.
A jingle.
We'll leave that
I was
up
going
to
to say
you.
a jangle.
Jangle. Okay, so we one of the things that we had briefly touched upon was how incorporating training into your everyday life.
Oh, yeah.
When you said that, I remembered about one of the things that I used to say to my clients so much, and I've actually stopped saying it, or maybe I was just saying it in a different way. I'm not sure, but because people that get home from work, they don't really feel like doing a lot in the way of training, and I think you should all become the world's best armchair dog trainers.
Yes.
Train your dogs in the TV breaks, in the ads.
And you don't even need to get out of the chair.
No, you don't.
Teach
Follow
them to
treats
catch a
next to
treat
you.
as well, like from a distance.
But the awesome exercises that could be taught at that point in time, like you were saying, one of the things is stay. So when you're cooking, teach your dog to stay on the mat.
You've got the food ready to go.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. On the mat behaviours, just behaviour capture, lots of, capturing whatever your dog's doing that's awesome. Teaching your dog how to use not essentially how to use a Kong, but to use a Kong, and you can be rewarding your dog for that process and the longevity in the use of the Kong. I just think the list is endless.
That's actually a good point about the Kong. There's a lot of my clients are using the Kong only when they leave the house. So now the Kong has actually become a trigger for, I'm going to leave
the house.
So use your Kongs when you're home, like especially dinner time. That's my go-to actually. I'm like, Jack, you're annoying me. I love him, but I need him away from the kitchen sometimes, and I don't want to share my food. That's the reality. So he gets a Kong.
Kongs. I went to Blake's mum, Blake Little Bull Terrier.
He's so adorable. Can we bring a picture?
He is so
Blake is the cutest. He's a bull terrier.
He is the cutest little guy.
He's
I've got a photo of
His
him.
personality is super duper.
Oh, no, he's
He is.
awesome.
Let me see if I can just find him. He's in
He's
here.
so cute.
I'm pretty sure Mum sent me a photo. Anyway, Mum was saying he doesn't really seem to get into the Kongs.
Too hard? Oh, look at him! Bless his beautiful
That's
ears!
Blake. Entirely too cute.
Can you send me that photo?
No. Yes.
I want to look at it before I go to
it up on
sleep.
the Facebook page.
Oh my god! Oh, yes.
So what were we just saying?
About Blake. He's
Kong,
adorable.
Kong
Kongs.
usage and stuff like that, and a lot of people really struggle with inspiration for what to put into a Kong, but also to get their dogs to have any type of longevity with the Kong. Like some of them might just sort of, go and touch it, sniff it, grab a biscuit, and then, that's about it. And I'm like, well, stop using biscuits. Go find something a lot better. A lot of people aren't very adventurous in their Kong stuffing, or perhaps are too concerned to do so in case their dog's not actually okay with something, which I totally get.
Well, we were talking about that with Dr. Nicole when we went there, weren't we? But I see a lot, sometimes, actually, what I'm noticing a lot with my clients, they're making it way too hard.
Yes.
They're putting so much in there. Dog's like, well, I can't get it out, and I actually don't care because...
So we're not setting them up for the easy win and the quicker payoff in the early stages of using and figuring out how to use a Kong. And, a Kong is only just one of many, many enrichment things that we can be using with our dogs.
But that's, I'm just sort of thinking about you got to show the dog how to use even something like what... For my dogs, I consider them to be advanced level problem solvers, like unzipping things and unscrewing jars and opening
pantries.
Oh yeah, the fridge.
And opening up fridges and anyway.
She hides dog puzzles in her drawers at home, and Lupa can get them out.
Yeah,
true story.
She opens the door, then goes to the drawer, opens the drawer, pulls the door out.
True that.
First she undoes the alarm.
Like
gets in there.
Almost. Put it past her.
She's a Kelpie, mate. Kelpies.
Yeah. So I take it for granted, but what I think is a relatively simple enrichment, which is just an ordinary egg carton, so no double layered or anything.
Yeah.
And just put a few treats in there and close that up. So I was working with a dog earlier in the week, and that was just too complex for that dog, and I actually literally had to start with the egg carton open, completely open, so the dog could actually succeed in getting the treats out from there, and then literally very, very, where's my hands? Oh God,
We're
that's
back
confusing.
to front.
Just gradually closing that lid open and encouraging the dog to actually get the nose under to lift it. And what really made my day is this family that went camping with this dog, and we got something back on the Facebook on the video of the dogs using the egg cartons and I think there was also some cardboard boxes which we hadn't done. Yeah.
So they're using their imagination.
So for this dog,
wow,
and so for this dog that
excellent.
literally had to have an open carton to start off with is now starting to learn how to persist and continue using
especially
something.
us as trainers, we take for granted how simple some dogs need it. Sometimes I think owners they see something on YouTube or on Facebook, like that's a great idea and try it with their dog. Oh, it didn't work.
Yes.
Well, you need to apply it for your own dog, and sometimes you have to really simplify things.
You have to break things down.
Yeah.
Those,
especially for Kongs.
Yeah.
I love that comment though. My dog didn't like the Kong. I'm like, cool, let's try it.
I know, right? It's like challenge accepted. Challenge
We will do
accepted.
this. And yeah, like the egg cart, like really breaking it down.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah. There are tons of YouTube videos about Kong stuffing, and the Kong company has a recipe book on their website for Kong stuffing. If you're using Kongs, and I love them. I love the shape of the Kongs, and I love Kongs for so many reasons. Probably that much that you can freeze it and be up and put it in my dishwasher. That's kind of really handy for me. You can actually do so many things with them, but the shape of the Kongs, the way that they're made, are brilliant for. We need Kong as a sponsor here.
For our podcast.
Yeah, for our podcast. Because of the shape of how they are, really good for helping puppies to, when they're teething, to cut their gums.
Yeah.
But
for the licking action as well, like getting that, you want them to use their whole tongue as well. Instead of like a licky mat, which is just the tip of the tongue as well. Yeah. You want them to kind of use that.
Definitely. And when they're using a Kong, they're using their mouth, they're using their tongue, they're using their paws.
When they go upside down, that's the cutest thing in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're using so many body parts, but they're also using their brain as well to think about how to actually gain access to what's actually inside of it. So there's problem solving that's happening, and that's incredibly important for our dogs as well. We could certainly rattle on, and God knows we've done workshops on enrichment.
2 hours.
Totally.
We crammed it.
Yeah, absolutely. But Kongs, I don't think you can ever have enough. And I think one of the things that makes that people should be doing to make enrichment easy for themselves, not just their dogs, is having a number of Kongs. Like I have 3. We'll talk about how many Ashley has in a minute.
I have cut back a lot because they actually, I think I had them for 15 years.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they started
Deteriorating.
dying. I was like, I think 20 is enough.
Yeah. I have, I've got 3
For
per
one dog.
3 per dog. Yeah, she's got 1 dog. And if there's always 3 out in various forms of consumption. There's 3 already pre-prepared in a sealed container in the fridge, and there's generally 3 in the freezer ready to go. So I can just grab them when I need to. Like, I was thinking when you were saying, if you're in the kitchen, you really need Jack to not be in the kitchen.
Or when I'm frustrated, I don't want to train.
Yes.
Because I've been training all day. I'm like, I just want to.
Grab that Kong. And you don't want to have to sit there and then think about, oh, God, now I've got to stuff it. What am I going to put in it? If a little bit of pre-preparation, great time to Kong stuff is when you're cooking dinner and you're cutting up stuff for yourself.
Yeah.
Cut up things for your dog. And it just makes life so easy. And that's just one type of enrichment toy. As I said, we can rattle on about enrichment.
I was listening to a podcast about fitness, and they were talking about the therapeutic benefits of doing something repetitive over and over and over again. And I think a lot of my clients, I've really been drilling into them, like doing something singularly and repetitively, like crochet, which I've started doing again because winter's coming and I'm going to need a new scarf. Exciting, but it's so nice to just stop everything and do that. And you put yourself in your dog shoes. I mean, yes, they're just eating fruit out of a Kong, but they're stopping and they're focusing on something.
Exactly.
It's so therapeutic.
Well, I had Daxi. So Daxi's, I don't think you guys have met him.
Is that a dash hound?
No, he's not. He's actually a German Shepherd. He's Shelby's brother. Black Shelby from Puppy Classes.
Dax. I've heard a lot about Dax.
Yeah.
He bit her on the face, didn't he?
Daxi, yes, that was resource guarding. Yeah. Daxi's a 14-year-old German Shepherd who's really lacking for movement now. One of the things that 14-year-old Shepherd.
Age.
Yeah, you think for a Shepherd, absolutely.
Like,
it's brilliant. Anyway, one of the things that I wanted to get him to do was to actually move his front paws this way. So I wanted to get a bit of a better range of movement.
Like sideways?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
And Carol's never done any shaping work with him or anything like that. So I decided to get one of the dog puzzles, and one of the dog puzzles now, it's a big brick one. It's a big Nina Ottison dog puzzle, right? So I put bits in it. I made it really easy. I didn't put all the bones in it. Made it really super easy for him. But what he did is he actually had to work his way around it. And what automatically happened is he started stepping sideways. And that was how we actually got him to do that.
Wow.
And then I was just watching him work his way around the puzzle and how much different movement actually was created in his body by having a dog puzzle.
How cool.
Super cool.
I'm just thinking, like, the impacts on his brain at that age. How cool is that to start doing things like that?
Yep.
That is awesome.
Absolutely, absolutely. And he has since he's been doing the proprioception work. He's on his second round now, so we're about 6 weeks. He's a 14-year-old dog that jumped in the back of the car voluntarily the other week.
Wow.
And he has not done that for a long time. And he's re-engaging in things again. But his movement, for a German Shepherd, hang on, which way's my arm? So if this is his head and his back end's down here, after 6 weeks, his back end is like that.
Are you serious?
Yep, dead set serious. I never did a before photo, and I wish I had.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah,
That's
he's
really
still
impressive.
quite wobbly in the back end, but he's developing a little bit of strength there. So each week we can do a little bit more and a little bit more.
That's
So,
phenomenal.
but just seeing how he used his body to work that puzzle was really, really interesting. Yeah.
Wow.
So dog puzzles, Nina Ottison makes brilliant, the best dog puzzles.
Goes in the dishwasher.
Yes. I'm all for anything if it goes in the dishwasher,
These
mate.
two people have dishwashers. I don't.
Yeah.
She doesn't even have aircon in her car.
She doesn't have a dryer at home.
No
You have a
air
washing
bags.
machine,
I
don't
have a
you?
washing machine. I have 2 washing machines. I've got a washing machine up in the stable block as well.
Is the washing
watch.
machine like a board where you rub?
No.
One of those,
I
when you got
used to have the
rollers
twin
with
tab.
your
I used to have the twin tabs.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my
I
God.
think it was it the first when I first moved out of home or something? Yeah, I don't know if it was a roadside pickup or a cheap something. And I'll tell you what, it washed beautifully.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Beautiful. So beautiful.
I'm not that old either,
Winter's
guys.
coming though, so you know what she'll do. She'll bring a washer in here to dry.
Sorry, every time you say winter's coming, I'm like, Game
Oh,
of Thrones!
Game of
Oh my god! Oh my gosh, it's like 10 days away.
Have you done a whole having to watch all the others?
Oh no,
to
you
build
can
up to?
speed track that on YouTube. There's
Yeah.
YouTube versions, but yeah.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah, cool.
so excited.
Game of
Sorry, we
Thrones.
digress again.
We do. So
We're
well,
talking
in enrichment, we really seem to be
Proprioception
honing in on
Yeah.
on that side of things and about making things easier, making things achievable, giving dogs or puppies to begin with that quick win. So not super packing things, and even when they start to interact with it, they if they touch it, yes, good puppy, and here's a treat, and reward them for that as well.
It teaches them independence as well. Like quite often, like I just want my dog to get out from underneath my feet is something that I hear my clients say a lot.
Yeah.
I just want them to do something else
On their own and
Yeah.
spend a bit of
Entertain
time on their own.
themselves.
Yeah, and a dog that can self-entertain itself or self-play, God, that's bliss, isn't it?
Good to prevent separation anxiety, separation distress, and things like that. as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, cool. And we could indeed rattle on, and we all have books that are just dedicated to enrichment of captive animals. Cool books.
Yep.
Cool books.
I think you take the cake for that one. You've got like zoo ones.
Oh, I've got zoo ones. Yeah. I've got quite a few enrichment for captive animals with the zoos and designing them. And
Yeah.
I did that as one of my TAFE unit
Yes,
projects.
enrichment
for-
unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I used a lot of that.
Yeah.
And I also like doing the enrichment because it, I think it was Ian Dunbar that sort of says, or has that long list of 20 things a dog can't do if it's using a Kong.
Oh, yes.
And it just solves so many
Oh,
behaviour
yeah.
problems.
Yeah.
Because
That's a good idea.
if the dog's using a Kong, well, it's not barking, it's not digging, it's not...
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's one of the ways of changing the behaviour or management rather than actually doing behaviour change is just give
Get
the
a
dog
dog to do something else.
do.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you have a Kong for your horse?
I haven't used a Kong for the horses, but I use the
You have the milk
supervised.
cartons?
I'm going to try
plastic
them with the
ones?
milk cartons.
Yeah.
I've got, I do use the snuffle mats with the horses.
Yeah, cool.
Supervised
Oh,
only.
wow.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Will they eat it?
I'm not that sure about it. So I do those. I have various milk bottles those sorts of things which I hang off relatively short twine and put some carrots or bits like that in there that the horse has got to bash around.
Yeah.
I've got some commercial bought ones from...
Yeah, have you got in the Aussie dog
dogs?
ones?
Yeah, I've got quite a few Aussie dog ones from their zoo range for the horses.
Wow.
And then the big 15-litre water bottles.
Yep.
So, yeah, I've got them. So there's spinning ones. Yes, I've got those. And sometimes I'll thread up some carrot or apple, or I'll core an apple and then hang it up for the horses to sort out.
So cool.
Can you get them to do scent work? Would they do that?
Yes.
Because they're
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't actually done any scent work with mine, but there's a great horse trainer, clicker trainer called Peggy Hogan.
Oh yeah.
And she's got. I'm going to say it's McKee, which is one of her minis. Excuse me. And I think he was trained to detect lavender.
Really?
And so, he was able to mark. So she's got a video somewhere of, her miniature pony doing scent work.
Peggy Hogan, if you have horses, if you're into doing positive reinforcement with horses, go check out Peggy Hogan.
Highly recommend Peggy.
Yeah. She's got some good stuff out, some really cool content.
I can see a tournament between Fiona and a Labrador and Simone and a horse. It's like trying to find
so guess what I saw
because
on
Labrador
Facebook
will go,
today.
horse! I've got this nailed.
So we've got Carrie-Anne Selwyn who's coming to Perth in 4 weeks. That many, there's my hand over there, 4 weeks. So Carrie-Anne is doing a workshop for Perth dog trainers called Hoopers, or Australian dog trainers, because we've got a few people from interstate that are coming as well. And on her Facebook today, there is a picture of a pony doing Hoopers.
Oh my gosh! How cute.
Do you know they actually do have horse agility?
Yes, I've seen it.
Yeah.
And it's not, and they're not connected.
No,
it's totally off lead.
It's at liberty.
Off-lead horses?
Yeah.
Not riding?
No.
Off lead, you're on the ground.
Exactly as you would be a dog.
Yeah.
Only it's a
front
horse.
crosses and rear crosses and
So
well, it's not quite that advanced.
Can you imagine the size of a ramp?
Yeah.
And they do have them, but
and they have online competitions.
Yes.
So you actually don't have to take your horse off the property. You just set up, and they'll have different levels. It's been a long time since I've looked into it, but they have different levels and different types of obstacles that you need to be able to achieve.
Wow.
For the horse agility, and you just video it so your horse is nice and comfortable, staying at home, so it's less stress on the horse.
Wow. And you're riding it. That's sick.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
And it's really interesting because some of these horses are taught traditionally, but a lot of them are also doing the clicker training ones and things like that. So they're some amazing clicker training.
The horse is like, I don't need you on my back. I can do this myself.
Yeah. I think it's very, very cool stuff. So. Who thought we'd talk about horses?
Simone.
I'm here, of course we're going to talk about horses.
I want to see a horse use a combat. That would be cool. You could hang it, dangle it.
Well, you can get hanging toys and things like that for the horses to knock. Yeah. So they're not really conks, but...
So if we were talking about a product that Simone gets, and I'm pretty sure we've all got a bit of Aussie dog gear.
A little bit.
So, whether you're in Australia or not, wherever you are that you're listening to this, if you go and Google Aussie Dog, aussiedog.com.au. This is a group of people that actually started out their business, I think, by making the enrichment items for the animals in the zoos. So, and I think the dog side and the horse side just became a bit of a sideline to what they originally started out to do. But, for any of you who have got big breed dogs, big jaws, big mouths, man, go check out Aussie Dog. Yeah, staffy balls, tuck balls, home alone.
I lost a window. To make sure,
Ken lost a window.
Banned in my house. If I say staffy ball, my dog goes ballistic.
I have to hide mine from Boss.
Yeah, mine's gone.
Oh, mate,
I threw mine in the bin. I was like, this is actually not okay to have in my house.
Boss, you put the staffy ball down. Remember him back at Murdoch in the field? Man, he would put some soccer players to shame. I reckon. Yeah, I know, he was great with it.
Put the Roddies in playing A-League.
Check out Aussie Dog. Seriously, for you guys who are looking for lasting enrichment.
The Home Alone.
Yeah, Home Alone, fantastic. It's expensive stuff, but it's really, really good quality gear.
Quality over quantity, people.
And
this is where we started.
Yeah, and isn't that always the stuff? Quality. You get what you pay for.
Definitely.
Basically, you're going to pay crap, you get crap. Pay good money, you're going to get something really good.
Yeah.
So check out Aussie Dog. You can order it online. Their stuff is really, really good. We've all got it. We advocate it. So, yeah, go get some Aussie Dog gear. Oh my God, this is total.
They're going to be our sponsor.
And it's not just.
Okay, we've got Kong, we've got Aussie dog.
It's not just for dogs or horses either, because
reptiles.
One of my cats used to use the Home Alone with the hanging one.
Oh, that would be cute with a cat. Could you imagine it?
Yeah, no. And it was my tiny little cat. My little tiny little Cornish Rex. And she used to love the Home Alone.
Yeah.
So I had that hanging in the cat run.
Oh, bless, how cute.
But I've also seen kangaroos. So they've been using the Home Alones. And
Wow.
And I have a Home Alone similar type of mechanism for the horses as well. So they've got something that they need to, where's my hand, pull down to open.
Oh, really?
So, so the ball moves over and the treats fall out.
Love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's just so cool. So cool. And, you know, there's so many YouTube videos about creating enrichment. I mean, what you can do with an egg carton, a towel, a muffin tray, an ice cream container, you know, cool drink bottles, newspaper, you know, mats, the snuffle mats. Snuffle mats are fantastic. That's another really cool thing, you know, that you can make yourself. Just in saying that, though, a word of caution with homemade enrichment is that it should be a supervised activity.
Always to start anyway. Get to know your dog.
Yeah, because, you know, like in my household, because I like to make, I call them Buddha boxes. So I get a big box.
Oh, okay,
Hang on, where my hands are over here. So I get a big box, and I might start by smearing some peanut butter on the sides, and then I'll get paper towel rolls, and I'll put some treats in and crunch the ends. I might put some Kongs in there. I might put a shoebox. You know, anything. You can put their Aussie dog gear in it. Yeah, absolutely, the whole lot. And then I just close up the box, put it in the middle of the backyard, and I let one of the dogs out to actually go through it. Now, Boss, he's a shredder. I call him the shredder. So he will like rip it up and spit it straight out. Rip it up and spit it straight out. Reva is not. She's a consumer. So she will rip
Eat it.
And then she will sit there and go,
this is food? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm lucky. I'm lucky mine don't eat the cardboard. So.
No, Chicka doesn't either. I mean, she's like, oh, this is beneath me.
But
that's Chicka. She's a whole nother. She's like a podcast in her own. So supervised versus non-supervised. Definitely consider that. You know, read the labels of the products that you buy. Is this suitable for a dog to consume or to interact with when you are not supervising it? And supervising is you're right there
and watching.
Active,
right there.
Awake adult supervision.
Yes.
Plugged in my family paws.
Yay.
Hi, Jen. Yes. Send it to her. All the way.
Oh, cool.
Ears, eyes, tail, and muzzle, gathered clues to solve the puzzle. Sorry, I had to.
So what? Say that again.
Just come out.
Say that again.
Ears, eyes, tail, and muzzle gather the clues to solve the puzzle.
Very cool. Very
Jen
cute.
Shryock,
Very cute, Jen. Very
Family
cute.
paws.
Jen Shryock. Family paws. Anyone that's expecting a baby, thinking about a baby, already has a dog, family paws. They're the people that you need. Sponsor number 3.
Oh, come on, Jenny, let's go. Plug in.
So unplanned, we can assure you.
You're
But
flashing
anyway.
around the Mount Franklin as well. We could get a Mount Franklin sponsor
And
as well.
last time we mentioned Samsung.
Samsung.
We did mention that earlier.
Yeah, this is episode 4 now, isn't it? Next episode.
Apple.
Nah.
We could go. Okay, John McGuigan. Okay. So
Plugged another name.
Yes,
then.
that is the John McGuigan.
The Glasgow
Glasgow
dog trainer. Yes.
On the phone.
Yes, on my phone. Can't see. Can you see it? John
That's
McGuigan.
really
That's him.
messages then.
He's just asking for photos. So John will be here. John and Sam get to Perth tomorrow.
Yay!
Tomorrow they're here.
How exciting.
They're in Perth. So John is doing, what's he doing? They're doing human canine proprioception together. So we've actually got 2 really, really super A-class people that are actually doing a presentation together, which I think is so cool. They've just done in Melbourne. We had some amazing feedback from Melbourne from the people that did go.
Yeah.
Considering most people are seeing Susan Friedman right now.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm so FOMO right now.
I know.
So FOMO.
So am I.
She said I look like her daughter. Do you remember
Yes,
that?
yes.
It was like she was like talking to me the whole time about APDT, and she's like,
You were like
look my daughter.
starstruck.
I was dribbling.
Do you know what I found?
And then I was like, oh my God, she's talking to me.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Do you know, it's amazing sometimes because I found out from someone else just to drop another name.
Let's drop them in there. Peter Clark, you know.
So when we saw Risa Van Fleet.
Oh, yeah, Risa.
So had some good conversation. So I haven't actually had much internet interactions with her. I've had a little bit, but not a lot. And she was talking to somebody else and says, oh, yeah, have you met Simone down in... I'm like, oh my God.
Did she mention you?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So cool. She knows me. She knows my name. She knows my first name and what I do. I know.
A little bit of hero worship going on here.
Yeah, totally. So they're here.
Yeah.
I'm
so looking forward to
first
it.
thing is Friday. I'm so looking forward to Friday for the human canine proprioception, for these guys to learn specifically about how what they do and how they move their body directly affects how their dog moves.
Yeah.
This is like just such powerful stuff. You know, I just can't wait for that one. And what we've got, hyperdog to calm, aggression and reactivity, keeping senior dogs fit and healthy.
Oh,
yeah.
Like I was talking about Daxi.
Yes.
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 That's a good case study for that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you taking him to that?
No, Daxi's dog reactive.
Oh, let's not.
Yeah, we're not.
No, we don't do
But
that.
we've got Shelby.
Oh, bless
We've got
her.
Shelby and little Harley, who was doing puppy classes on the weekend. Oh no, he's coming to our proprioception week. I've got quite a few of our clients
You've got
coming
a lot
to do
going
different
on. You're doing
things.
so well.
So, human canine proprioception, and then all the proprioception stuff. I just can't wait for it. I'm so looking forward to it.
Lenny.
Shitting myself about our assessment.
So am I, because I have to do 2 as well, because I didn't get those videos off to her.
Oh, that's okay. I'll
So-
talk to you about that. Because Simone and I are currently doing our proprioception instructors course with Sam Turner from the Netherlands, and what's her website name? We're just name dropping today. Paws for Fun. Paws for Fun. She's in the Netherlands,
Is that her
proprioception
business?
specialist.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
I
her
didn't know
business.
that
Yep.
Ah.
Accidentally followed her on Instagram.
Yeah. She's got some
that's her.
really good
Okay,
stuff.
I know her. Yeah.
You can you're on my Instagram.
Oh my God. I would be so fangirl. I'm like, hey. When I hear John talk Scottish, I'm going to be like, why the whole time? We're like talking about sporrans and stuff.
Just don't give him Skittles at the same time.
What's the
Because
Skittles?
they had it. They
Like
had
lollies?
yeah, Skittles, candy.
Candy.
Because he does his workshops are very interactive this round, like really full on interactive.
Yeah.
And you have to break up into groups and do some exercise and stuff. And in the morning, he sent this photo. Let's see if I can show it to you. He sent a photo of his setup of his equipment for the morning. Oh, I don't know, it's on here somewhere. And it's got Skittles, and it was really funny because he posted it on his Instagram account, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, there'll be none left by the end of the day. They're all for me. Are we going to get the Skittles?" Nope. The only person that got Skittles was John. So he lulled everybody into a false sense of security, and see, that was all his equipment. See the Skittles? Yeah, Skittles.
I don't like
yeah.
lollies. I'm not really a lolly person.
No, I don't do sugar. But anyway, I digress.
We don't
Because that's what we do
Again.
so well.
Yes.
What were we talking about before
Everyone
that?
name
Anyway?
dropping. We were like, Kong,
Idiots.
Susan Freak, Dr. Susan Freeman,
Dr. Susan
Dr.
Freeman,
Risa
Sam
Van Fleet,
Turner,
Family Paws.
Family Paws, Jan, Aussie Dog, we're Kong,
Peggy Hogan.
Peggy Hogan.
All these
Got
cool
to take these people all
people.
into our little podcast
Can we
here.
drop our own names too before we sign out? Are we signing out? We've been talking for a long
We
time.
probably should, because I actually have to be somewhere.
Is anyone even still listening? Oh,
I
yeah, we
have
have
got.
to. We have to go.
Guess what I'm
What are
doing
you
tonight?
doing? What?
I'm doing my first ever class for show preparation and body
Oh,
conditioning
is that tonight?
tonight. First class tonight.
What
Does
time
it
is that?
6:30?
6:30
Yeah.
down at Dogs
Exciting.
West.
Oh, you are doing it at Dogs West.
I am.
How cool! I'm so proud of you. That's really good.
Wait to see how the next 8 weeks goes.
Yeah.
But
You're gonna set the bar, mate.
hope so.
You
That
can actually,
would be
you've
nice.
already set the bar, but you're gonna bring people
That'd be
onto the bar.
nice. But you know, it's for beginners. It's really for young dogs. Well, actually, it's really for anybody who wants to improve their show work. But it's really about preparation. It's like the things that I really wish I had known about when I first stepped foot near that confirmation show ring. I won't say in, because I've only ever been into the confirmation show ring maybe one handful of times, because I'm as nervous as hell when I go in the show ring.
Are you talking about from a socialization puppy perspective, or like from a handler perspective?
From what
what you wanted to learn.
Everything. Like from the beginning, what should I take? Where do I need to go? How do I fill in an entry form? What do I do with my dog? How do I show? How do I
don't understand these points.
I'm like, points. Oh my God. And classes.
I'm
anyway,
confused.
It's all of that. So tonight we're doing, we're just going to get all the dogs out. We're going to get everyone set up. They've got to come with all their show gear, so their crates. I've asked them to bring little eskies with all their stuffed Kongs and enrichment activities ready. Yes. 2 sets of equipment, all the stuff that they need if they're actually going to a show. And we're going to have them all set up. So we're going to have dogs in crates for a while or puppies in crates. And they're going to be having their enrichment, and then we're going to take one dog and handler out at a time, and we get them to do a run. So I'm going to be videoing it all because we're looking at body movement construction, strengths and weaknesses in the puppies, and also the handlers as well, so that we can work with them for the next 8 weeks on what they need to improve. And then the goal is to pick an open show in about 8-9 weeks to get them all to enter, and Ken and I will go down with them and help them through their first show.
That's a full coaching process.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a clinic. We've called it a clinic. Yeah, it's actually a hands-on working clinic. And there'll be a few other people down there doing show training and stuff, but they won't be doing, like, I've got all my proprioception equipments in the car. Ken already picked up the planks.
And you're at the place where the shows happen.
Yeah, so exactly.
As well. So
exactly.
when they get there, they know what to do.
Exactly, and we get to see if, are the dogs and puppies going to freak out? Because we've got, like, you remember Bart from puppy classes? Who? Border Collie.
Oh, yeah.
Bart.
Is he going?
Bart's going. We've got
Mufasa.
Yes, yeah. Got Kelly bringing Sid and Eric the Great, the Griffins.
Oh, I follow them on Instagram.
I know, right?
They're so cute. Oh, they're like little people, but not people.
Exactly. And I've got, Dougal the boxer.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got Natasha's 3 Newfies.
Yay.
So we've got
lots of different. You've got Newfies and a Griffin.
Yeah, 2 Griffins.
Oh, really?
2 Griffins. Little Sid. It's just like you guys know, I'm not a small dog person really, but seriously, when it comes to either a fawn Frenchie, I don't know if fawn's actually a technical name, or that little dude Sid. Oh my God, he's so cute.
What about those little Tibetan spaniels?
Oh, little Tibetan spaniel.
They're so little.
God. Oh my God.
So yeah, for me it'd be a Sheba.
Oh, you're just crazy. You're crazy. Swear to God.
They're full on, mate. They're actually smarter than humans. They're smarter than humans.
Colleen just did something weird.
Oh, I did something really weird.
Did something really, really weird.
Okay.
We're still recording.
Yeah, we're still recording.
Okay.
You should have
bought
you got an Apple computer.
Oh. So, we're going to go. If you hear a thud, it's actually falling down the stairs after that last comment.
If you can catch me first.
And we'll leave it there because it's been about half an hour and we actually have places to go.
Yes. We have things to do, dogs to train. That could be a good call-out sign.
What's that?
We have to go, people to see, places to go, dogs to train. Catch you next time.
And we are what?
Yep.
We are the dog's voice.
Your dog's voice.
Your dog's voice. Your dog's voice. So, guys, as always, if you've got stuff to say, contribute, want to hear about stuff, put something in the thread below. Tell us what you think. Let's get some conversation going. Share stuff. Sharing stuff really good. Get the information out there.
Photos of puppies.
Oh.
Bull terriers and staffies.
Spits. Any puppy, actually.
Rottweilers.
Any puppy.
Yeah, any puppy. Post your puppy photos. There you go. Make us smile.
Kelpies are so cute.
I know the ears on them.
Oh my God.
They're like radars.
Oh. Did you see little Oliver? Who's the new? Was it Oliver? Yeah, Oliver. When he came in on the weekend, Oliver's a little fawn Frenchie.
Oh, they're too big for his head.
He's got a little head. So
big.
And the ears are just massive, but the antenna and the way that they move, oh God, it's the cutest thing ever.
He's
Loved
just worked out he can move his ears.
Oh.
And we're all like, so cute.
Anyway, I could go on to another subject. I won't. We don't.
German Shepherd puppy ears.
Oh, when they can do the TV.
When there's one up and one down, or they're touching. Yeah.
We love puppies.
Oh my God.
Who doesn't love puppies?
I know.
You have to be a sick person.
I gotta go.
Yes.
We love you.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.